All right. Who's ready for some rot gut? I think there may be some people in the chat who are ready for some rot gut. I think there may be a couple of people in the chat who are ready for some rot gut. Rot gut. Rot gut. It's a rock gut review on YouTube. With me, your host, this person, Ed O'Mara. Thank you for everyone who's coming over from the Cast Strength stream. I know that was just finishing up. Who is in here right now? Oh, Wheels was. I already said hi to him. Don't even worry about those sample bottles. You've been generous enough. All of you have been very, very generous, especially Benjamin Eves, who I see is in the chat. He sent me a bunch of stuff from down Carolina. Some very interesting stuff. So yeah. Floyd, good old Floydian is here. Sir Tannen, I just really love that handle. I couldn't tell you why. Patty, My Whiskey Den. Also, of course, Ben Eves is from My Whiskey Den. What is everyone drinking? I would love to know. So, starting out, I have some bad news. My old man is not going to make it. I know. Last week, I had no idea if he was going to actually show up on the show. And he happened to have some free time and show up. And then this week, we actually planned for him to show up. And he didn't. Unfortunately, he is still working during the quarantine. He actually he's an IT guy for Cooper. Well, they're not Cooper anymore. They got bought out, but they're called something else now. They make generators and electrical equipment for, whomever, power companies, which I guess is considered essential. I don't know, if you want to have electricity and light bulbs and stuff, that's kind of nice. But yeah, he got stuck late at work. I don't know if he's going to make it home in time to hop on stream. Hopefully he will. I think he was driving off, getting out of work maybe 15 minutes ago. So he may get home in time to catch hop on the end of the stream, which is really too bad because I had given him a bunch of samples of fun stuff that I had over here that he didn't. And we were going to drink them together. And we're going to all, we're going to hang out and chat with you guys. But what are you going to do? Oh, hey, Whiskey Straight Al is here. Yeah, I just explained where my old man is. Yeah, unfortunately. But yeah, good to see you, buddy. And then, hey, Aladdin Sane. How you doing, man? He's not sick. He doesn't have Corona or COVID or anything like that. So in that regard, we're all good. We had a little bit of scare with my ma, who is an asthmatic. Unfortunately, my ma is asthmatic and has really bad allergies. And she was over at a hospital in Madison recently to get a treatment for that. She had an adverse reaction where she suddenly had really bad breathing problems and coughing to the medication. So we were a little scared. We had a little bit of a scare there. Luckily, she was negative for the COVID. We got her tested. She's all right. But yeah, we've all been very careful around her because she's probably the most susceptible in the family, unfortunately. Yeah, he's just messing me up because he has to work. And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon. I'ma get drunk on something that rhymes with spoon. Moonshine. Yeah. Oh, AJ, he's got to spend time with family. Good reason not to make it. Say hi to your family. Spend time with your loved ones. But thank you for popping your head in. Appreciate that. And Donald Renz is here. So hey, as long as if anyone in the chat is interested in hopping in, we can have some conversations. I'm always open to that because Unfortunately, my plans for the evening kind of went sideways. So I can put the StreamYard in the chat. Happy to have you guys pop in if anyone is interested. And this is open to anybody in the chat right now. Hey, Trev Wilson. Trev Wilson's here. Greg T. Stagg, Jason Unsworth. Boons. How did I not think of that? I'm gonna get drunk on boons. There you go. Oh, that's how it should have been. Damn, that was a very obvious rhyme I didn't think of. Patrick Code is here. Yes, I have my shirt on for now. We could still get weird. Yeah, thank you, Aladdin. I appreciate it. Yeah, we were all a little worried about that, but we're okay now. I am currently on, this is the Driftless Glen Straight Rye Whiskey, single barrel. Man, I'm getting a little glare tonight. I don't know what's up with the white balance on this video. Anyway, Driftless Glen Straight Rye Whiskey, single barrel. This is a Ray's liquor pick from my employer, although I'm currently out of work, unfortunately. But luckily I got this before everything went to shit. This is obviously a local one. Now I do have a news story. That I wanted to talk about, as long as I have a little time, because there's something super interesting that just got released that was brought to my attention. These bad boys. So this is a new Buffalo Trace thing. I guess this is something they released just after Passover. So this is Buffalo Trace kosher Kentucky whiskey. So yeah, you can see here they've got the rye recipe bourbon, the wheat recipe bourbon, and then the straight rye. Now this is something I never even thought about, was would you need kosher certification for whiskey? I thought this was super, super interesting. Apparently, they release a kosher thing after Passover every year. Something, I guess, according to most rabbinical councils, you don't really need to have kosher certification for whiskey, but it's kind of neat that they went the extra mile, because this was overseen by the Chicago Rabbinical Council. And not only did they have a rabbi come in and make sure the whole process was kosher, which I'm not Jewish, I don't know exactly what that process is, but I guess, I mean, you have to inspect the facility, I guess. They also used specifically kosher barrels, which I don't know what a kosher barrel is. I don't know if it's made special, if there's this, what the difference is. I mean, obviously it's got to be new oak. I mean, it's bourbon, and rye. But yeah, kosher barrels. I would love to know exactly what makes a barrel kosher. Apparently, though, I mean, it's based on this. They've got, it's the three. So the rye recipe is the #1 rye. So that's your Buffalo Trace standard. The wheat recipe is, that's the Weller recipe. And then this would be your Sazerac recipe. Obviously, they're not going to be the same as the usual releases. But I got to say, it's a nice gesture. Even if you wouldn't necessarily, if it's not necessary to do for whiskey to be kosher, it's kind of a cool gesture. I thought that was actually a really fun idea. Patty's saying Koval and Traverse City have already done this. Yeah, and that's what I heard. I heard, because Buffalo Trace is talking like this is the very first time anyone's released kosher whiskey, and apparently that's not actually true. This is the first time this particular rabbinical council has been part of the process, but yeah, there have been other people who have done kosher whiskey previously. So, yeah. Yeah. So Koval was certified by the Orthodox Union, and I'm sure there are many different Jewish organizations who do kosher certification. Because I mean, there's all sorts of different types of Jewish sects, and many different types of Jewish sex. Okay, I'm gonna stop that. It's too early for that shit. It's too early for that shit. We're only 10 minutes in. Can't be talking about all of that quite yet. But yeah, so speaking of local guys, I wish I had some Traverse City here. That would actually be another fun one to get on the show, because that's actually they're distributed over here in Wisconsin. They're over by Michigan, so they would be a great one to have on the show. I really love Driftless Glen, though. Have I talked to you guys about that? I really, really love Driftless Glen. It's so good. This particular barrel pick, it's a pretty floral, buttery nose, actually. This is one of the few ryes I would say is actually kind of creamy rather than being super spicy. Sir Tannen, are there kosher condoms? I don't know. I know because I grew up Catholic, so like birth control is a no-no, right? I don't know. Do Jews have similar rules, or are condoms okay by them? I don't know if we have any Jewish folks in the chat who might be able to help us with that. But yeah. Yeah, wait another 15 minutes and then we can talk about sex. You know what I think? As long as I've got 45 minutes and I'm not doing much else, unless someone wants to hop on and talk whiskey with me, I think we're going to do an impromptu rock gut blend. I think that's what we're going to do on this stream. I'm deciding that now. So Kenny, yes, I have Old Forester's rye. I really dig Old Forester's rye. That is one I wish. Wait, where is it? Let me break it out. Let me break that little motherfucker out. I think it's in here somewhere. Yeah, there's that little motherfucker. Yeah. Okay, let's pour a little of this. Is it Friday already? Probably is. Donald Rance is on the Green Spot Chateau Leoville of Barton. I haven't had that in a minute, man. And Greg is on the Sexton. I like Sexton. That was one of the very first Irish malts I ever had. And I think it's a very easygoing, nice malt. I think it's very easy for people to get into, especially coming from bourbon. People may disagree with me on that. I don't know. That's my thinking. But yeah, man. Okay. Let's compare this Old Forester to this one. So the fun thing with this Driftless Glen barrel pick is it's for a craft rye. It's actually relatively quote unquote smooth, right? It's floral, it's vegetal, it's a little buttery to my mind, but it does have a lot of pepper there. It's got a lot of pepper, like mustard seed, I would say. And you still get that pretty, it doesn't even get pickly exactly, but you do get a hint of black licorice and then just a lot of pepper on the taste. And that's what makes Old Forester so different. Old Forester, I mean, similar proof. This is what, 100 proof, 50% alcohol. On the nose, you just get a hint, just a hint of that little bit of spicy Dijon mustard kind of thing, kind of similar to what's going on in Driftless Glen, but much, much more subdued, much more oaky, much more like a toasted oakiness. Got that little brown sugariness. Yeah. And that taste is fantastic. That taste has just enough pepper to be interesting and just enough vegetalness that it works as a rye, but it's got those nice brown sugar notes and cotton candy notes. That's what I get anyway. It's like drinking a milkshake topped with cotton candy, but with pepper in it. It's and oh yeah, and I forgot, it's $20. Trev Wilson just pointed out it's $20. It's such a good value. Old Forester, this rye, I remember thinking when they announced this, I was like, I need to get this. One, because the price is fucking fantastic. And also because I'm super excited for what they're going to do. And I lived up to it. Now, my only thing with this is, would I put this in like a Manhattan? Probably not. This is not one I would necessarily put in a Manhattan. If I'm going to go for like a Manhattan rye, I want something with a lot more spice. This is solid 50% alcohol. It could probably stand up okay in a Manhattan, you know, but it's not going to kick like I want it to. In that when you put it in the Manhattan, the vermouth is going to take over a little too much. That's why I go for something like this baby right here. Yeah. It's $20 for a liter by you? Damn. I think I paid $23 for this fifth. Yeah, that's an even better deal. That's a crazy good deal. For those of you who are just coming in and maybe confused about why the old man isn't here, he unfortunately got stuck at work. He's still working. He's considered an essential worker during the quarantine. So he got stuck at work. He may be able to pop in for the end of the stream. Hopefully. We'll find out. Fingers crossed. Redemption rye. I've had Redemption rye. Redemption is solid. I think Redemption is a nice, if you're looking for something going from, this is a pretty sweet, pretty easygoing rye. If you're looking for a stepping stone into the Driftless Glen area, and this is, man, this single barrel, not even close to like how fucking punchy Driftless Glen gets. This is tame compared to how punchy Driftless Glen gets. So this is, you know, on a spectrum from Forester to Driftless Glen, Redemption's in here somewhere, dicking around right in here. And then like young rye Driftless Glen, that's fucking away out here. So yeah. Oh, hello, Vito. I'm so glad you could make it. Yes, many layers of clothes. Look at all these clothes. Look at all my clothes. Oh, hey, I think I was wearing this the last stream I was on too. Yeah, look at that. Wisconsin pride. So here's what I'm going to do for the night. I'm going to just keep talking about whatever. We can just keep talking about whiskey in general. I don't know. Oh, beginner ryes. That's a good topic. What are some beginner ryes? What do people think are good beginner ryes? I think I'm going to actually do a little rock cut blend over here while we're talking, because I've got a lot of stuff to do. And again, if anyone wants to hop on the stream with me, feel free. I'll put the invite in the chat. I don't know if people do. If they want to, I would love to have them. This is the Dingle single malt. So this is batch 4, I believe. Yeah, this is batch 4. So this was another one we were going to have on stream, me and the old man, had he shown up. I just dropped a sample of this off for him, which was fun. He wasn't even there. I drove over and my mom and my sister were there. So I just dropped the samples at the door and rang the doorbell and backed up. And my mom came out and was like, "Oh, you need to have dinner with us. You need to come in and have dinner with us." And I'm like, "Ma, no, that's the stupidest thing I could possibly do." But wheels, either way, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Whatever you think. I would love to hear it. I don't personally a lot of craft ryes. Now, it's not true of all ryes, but a lot of craft ryes generally, I don't know if they're good for beginners. And part of that is, look, I mean, let's think about this. The two biggest things people are usually coming over from are Scotch or bourbon. So bourbon drinkers at least have more familiarity with what rye is going to taste like because rye shows up in a lot of bourbon mash bills. Especially if you've been drinking high rye bourbon, you probably, look, we have a guest. Hello.
What's going on, guys? Long time no see.
Good to see you, Vito.
Good to see you too, buddy.
Yeah. I was just saying that I don't know if craft ryes are generally great for beginners. Maybe if you're, like I was saying, maybe if you're a big high rye bourbon drinker, you really like those, maybe you can go take the jump straight into high rye or into rye whiskeys in a craft rye. But I think generally craft ryes are so pickly and so anisey.
Yeah, well, here's the thing: is like I'm not huge on traditional ryes. Now I'm starting to get a flavor for it now. Like I'm in year 2 of whiskey, so I'm not going crazy exploring actively. Like if I end up in front of some, I'm gonna drink it. I'm not going out looking for craft ryes and whatnot. So I'm slowly getting a taste for it. Rye has been the elusive sort of category of whiskey that I've been slow to kind of adjust to. So definitely the craft side, I wouldn't typically recommend. However, a lot of people don't recommend starting drinking whiskey by drinking Islay Scotch.
Yeah,
but that's what turned me onto whiskey. So if you have the means and you're not going out of the way to get the craft ryes, maybe take a shot at it. And if you don't like it, put it aside and keep on experiencing different ryes, and you'll have that bottle to evolve and level up into. If you have the ability to do the feasibility to do all that, financially and whatnot. But I would probably, like I said in the chat, I would probably start with a billet rye and either just start drinking it neat with a little bit of water or mix it into some cocktails. Make a Manhattan, make it like an old fashioned with it, and slowly get into it that way.
Yeah.
That's usually my recommendation for a lot of spirits. Like if you don't want to get into it right away, mix it into a cocktail, get acclimated to some of the stronger flavors, and then slowly dial it back to neat pours.
Yeah. Hey, Josh is in. I haven't seen Josh Galladay in the chat in a minute. So good to see you, man. I do think you got a good point there. And I do, it's weird. I think some of we're getting a little reverb. I think some of the weird notes in rye, sometimes people hate those even more than the weird notes you get from like a Islay Scotch, because everyone likes barbecue, right? Everyone likes barbecue, but if you hate pickles, you really, really fucking hate pickles.
Which I don't understand. Like I fucking love pickles, man.
Oh, I know. Me too.
So good. But as much as I love pickles, not huge on pickled rye, like heavy pickly rye.
Yeah, and I feel like that's generally the case with people who are trying to get into rye. Was like it's that or the black licorice. People are okay with pepper. People are okay with the vegetalness.
Fuck black licorice.
Yeah, people really hate black licorice. I think the thing for me that's funny now, though, is that I don't even really taste the pickle anymore. Like, it has to be super fucking pickly for me to even taste it.
Are you a SpongeBob fan?
I'm not particularly.
Oh no! Oh, there's such a.
I've seen an episode here or there.
There's a great episode. I forget which one exactly it is, but I'll see if I can find it and post it on our Facebook page. But it's one where Squidward sneaks up behind SpongeBob and just goes, "I've come for your pickles," and it's so fucking funny. It kills me laughing, and every time like pickles come up, it's like that's the first thing that comes to my head is like that scene, and it's so fucking stupid and funny. If anyone likes SpongeBob, sound off, but an old school SpongeBob, not like the new stuff, because the new stuff isn't as good as the old stuff.
Things were better back in my day.
Oh, I'm so old.
Yeah. Greg T. Stagax, have you tried Kool-Aid and pickles?
What the hell's a Kool-Aid pickle? Please don't tell me that it's literally a jar, like a mason jar of Kool-Aid, and you put cucumbers in there or pickles in there to absorb the flavor. Please don't tell me that, because if it is, I'm gonna have to try it. Because I do like Kool-Aid. I like regular red Kool-Aid, not like any of the other flavors.
Yeah.
You're
always a fan of blue. Blue's good.
I just saw you pour some Maker's Mark. Did you?
Yeah, I'm doing a little rock gut blend over here. As long as I got nothing else to do. But I'm trying to fix Colson's Canadian. So I started out with a drip of Maker's Mark, but it didn't give me enough. The Colson's is this one, the Walgreens brand. The Walgreens brand.
The Walgreens brand. Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah. And so I'm trying to fix this up. As long as I have the average.
And you're gonna waste that little bit of iron root you have.
It's okay. They distribute it here now. We're good.
God damn it! You know how upset I am that that it's like almost not impossible, but extremely, especially now. Actually, you know what? Now, extremely almost impossible.
Is it?
Well, the border's closed.
Oh, right. Of course it is.
Right, and no one's crossing it, and to have it shipped into Canada, most likely it would get confiscated.
Yeah.
Well, there's a good chance that it will get confiscated.
Right, for sure.
Or I will be paying like $200 in duty fees. Something absolutely retarded.
Yeah, no, it's a bad time all around.
It's a bad time, and I'm drinking shitty whiskey.
Is that the same little flask you had
from last week? Yeah. Yeah. I only drink it. I'm only drinking these bottles on your streams and the After Dark streams. Mind you, I did open up a Canadian Club one.
Oh, there you go.
Not even like 30 minutes ago, because we had the brand ambassador from of Bean Centauri.
Oh, right, yeah. No, I was watching that before I had to set up for this, yeah.
So we Canadian Club happens to just be part of their umbrella. So I was like, fuck, well, I guess I have it. I might as well, drink it. I had anything that I had Bean Centauri. And I feel like I'm saying Beam Centauri. Anything that I had to drink, and I drank it on stream. So that was the last thing that I drank on stream.
Oh, there you go. Josh Galladay. Yeah, well, no, it's not iron. I'm not selling the iron root. The iron root is improving the world. That's what it is. That's how you got to think about it. It's improving.
I have a bit of a bone to pick with the two Galladays in the chat right now. I see you guys on Ed's stream, but I didn't see you guys on our stream. Very interesting.
Yeah, well, we're just better than you. What can I say? We know what the gingers want here on the review.
How very interesting.
He was having a virtual happy hour for sure. Keep working. I saw Donald Rance was asking about the Willet and Connemara blend that we made a week or two ago. Has it been 2 weeks? It has been 2 weeks. That was the amount of time I said I would leave it to sit.
Has it been 2 weeks? No. I feel like 2 weeks ago I took over your stream.
Was it? No, because last week 1 week ago, the old man popped on unexpectedly.
Has it been 3?
Yeah, I think it has been.
Holy goddamn. Hold on. I have to look at the calendar.
Time just keeps slipping.
No, I feel like the 9th. I feel like the 9th, April 9th, I think that was the night that I took over.
Maybe. I don't know. It's been a couple weeks, so I'm going
to say 2 to 3 weeks. Let's say 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, I should have put the date on the label. I just figured I'd remember. It was on film. Yes, but this is the Willet and Connemara cast strength. This was the blend recommended to me by Donald Rance. So let's see how this one turned out. Gretchen says she likes us better. She likes me better. I'm on the right side of the border.
Wow. Okay, Gretchen. You know what? Where's my Texas whiskey? I'm gonna pour it down the drain.
You go down to the border, just throw it back across. I don't want it anymore. Oh man. Yeah, okay. But let's see how this turned out.
I also really like that you're still taller than me on stream.
Yeah, right.
Well, we should make it a little bit more.
Right, hold on.
Hey, Patrick.
Hey, Patty.
It was 2 weeks ago that there was a bunch of shirtless bastards.
Okay.
So it's been 3 weeks for that.
Okay, that makes sense.
Which was very entertaining.
What are you on, buddy?
I'm going to an MB Roland Dark Fired, where they smoke 33% of it with dark fired corn. So they smoke it. It's fucking really interesting.
Yeah, I was gonna say explain dark roasted corn.
It's dark fired corn. Sorry,
dark
but
fired. Sorry.
Basically, I think it's just they smoke the corn that they're putting in here. So there's 45% white, 17% white corn, 70% rye, 33% dark fired corn, and 5% malt. But the dark fired corn, I think, is just white corn that's been smoked.
Okay.
And it reminds me kind of like a Cole Keegan that comes out of it.
Oh.
So like a nice American smoke. So, but the bottle is fucking scary. It's going away in a couple days again, which is terrible.
So Vito knows all about that.
You bastard. Yeah.
Gretchen's asking, have any of us showered? Yes. I
showered.
had to see my ma today, so I showered.
I showered 3 hours a day. 3 hours ago.
This morning I did. But yeah, the hair is starting to get longer as it goes here. Another like 2 weeks and it's gonna be
yeah, for sure.
That's my balding right now. Right there.
I can tie that. I just gotta pull the shit back.
Yeah, I've just given up. I've given up on trimming and shaving this part of my body. It's not worth the amount of razors that it takes to tame all this bullshit.
I think who was it? Oh, Sir Tannen. Sir Tannen still wants to see a Jim Beam Vanilla and Dickel Tabasco blend.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I think that's going to get its own video. I don't think I'm doing that tonight. That has to have its own. That's getting its own video. Maybe that'll go up as just a weird Saturday random bullshit video. But I'm not touching that tonight.
I think that could warrant a Wednesday edition. That is like a combo of some horrific crap.
Yeah, man, I hate Jim Beam Vanilla so much. Oh, and there's some things like when people come into the store, some people that's all they drink is Jim Beam Vanilla, and I'm just like, you're mixing this. I know you're mixing this with something.
Like, I was gonna say, it's like they have to be putting it on ice or mixing it with something.
With a Coke.
Yeah,
getting vanilla Coke out of it.
I have a cousin that only buys Jack Daniel's honey, and he keeps it in the freezer, and he brings it out. I remember last summer I was at his place, and he's like you're into whiskey, right? And I was like, yeah. He's like, oh man, you have to have a shot of this. And I was like, first of all, right away, you have to have a shot of this. Like, I was like, I don't want to be. I'm not a snob, and everyone knows I'm not a snob. But like, you gotta have a shot of this. He pours it to me in a shot glass, and this is, mind you, he's 10 years older than me, so he's 42, and he's like, he goes into the freezer, pulls out this bottle. I'm like, what is it? He's like, Jack Daniel's honey, and I was like, oh, and I was like, oh. and he gave it to me cold in a shot glass, and he takes it back, and I'm there just sipping on the shot glass, and I was like, yeah, it's great. And it's really not.
Sometimes you just gotta follow suit. Like with that, I'd rather just have it down and gone.
That is true. That is.
I had never had it before.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, let me see if I can make it better than what it sounds.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? Do you guys ever find yourself in those situations where it's like, do you follow suit, or do you kind of just go with your typical, like, let me see if I can make it worth it?
I think the way he was doing it, where it's like he's excited about shots, and it's like you're kind of turning back time as to when I did shots, and it was summer. I think I could handle it. Now, if he wanted to go back to the shot like 3 or 4 times, then I might be like, okay,
yeah,
I'm going to mix this with a drink.
Yeah, no, for sure. I feel like that's the smart move. I will, if someone invites me to take a shot specifically, just blam, put it back, done.
We are in Wisconsin, though.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
that's the way it goes.
But like, if we're gonna be drinking for a while, no, we're gonna take some time.
All right, Brad. Good timing. I need to just quickly move for a second.
Floyd is saying he tried the JD Tennessee honey. It was disgustingly sweet.
Yeah,
that's the problem with most flavored whiskeys.
Yeah, it's just sugar water with alcohol in it.
Yeah. I think most flavored whiskeys, like if they didn't add all that fucking sugar, I would like them so much more.
Yeah.
You've had DeMello's. What would it be like if you had whiskey and added DeMello's instead of like the sweet honey flavoring, just like a splash of weird honey background?
Oh yeah, no, that stuff's good. That would be great.
It's just that's what you mean. Like you can get a honey flavor. It doesn't have to be like super sugary though. Like like you've rotted a tooth by drinking it.
Yeah. Oh, no doubt. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he does that very well. He makes a very dry. I mean, it's like a dry mead, but with a lot more alcohol, which is exactly what you want. Yeah. Yeah.
Byproduct of kidney dialysis.
I mean, technically you could, right? You could ferment it.
That is true. I'm surprised someone hasn't like tried that as a weird niche.
Probably has happened.
Okay. I still think I could see it happening in like a mini sale, like as a slow run. We had like 17 diabetics all contribute. It's just amazing flavor. Not at all similar to Floki like you would expect.
There's a bar in Alaska where you have to drink a human toe.
Oh, sure. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you've heard of
Do
that one?
what?
Yeah, they put an actual human, like a mummified human toe, in the cocktail, and you have to drink a little bit out of like the nail bed, or else it doesn't count. Like you drink the shot, and then you have to pick up the toe, and you gotta.
Is it the same toe over and over
I think
again?
it's the same toe over and over.
I
Okay.
imagine, it's the same toe, at least for a while.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know.
I mean,
Until it gets used up. I don't know how
It's-
much use you'd get out of a single toe, but probably more than one shot.
Yeah, right. Uh,
Does it have like blue nail polish on it, like the Big Lebowski?
Donald, if you have to pick one flavored whiskey that you actually like, because Donald Rance was saying the Bushmills honey whiskey was okay, but if you had to pick one, what is one that actually is decent?
I would think out of the freezer though, that had to help that whiskey a bit to kind of kill some of it,
Mm-hmm.
I haven't had a ton of flavored whiskeys.
So
I can't think of one that I have enjoyed.
Well, that
I
really
am
is it.
curious to try Screwball, though, the peanut butter one, because I love peanut butter. So if anything has a chance, there's at least a tiny chance.
Yeah,
I might
That's
enjoy
weird.
it.
It's like a situational one for me with the Screwball. It really matters what you're eating or drinking with it.
I want to make like a chocolate peanut butter milkshake with it.
someone was saying on our review of that one that that's the way to do it, is put it in milkshakes.
Cool.
That's the way to go.
Like I could just see it, the way people describe it. I could see it working in a milkshake, but I haven't tried it yet. So
Are we talking about Patrick's milkshakes and how they bring all the boys to the yard?
they do,
and they're better than yours.
They are.
They definitely are. I'd go to Patrick's yard.
Are we starting this right now?
I mean, I wouldn't right now because I would get stopped by the police several times on the way there. And I would have to try to figure out how to explain that it's an essential trip. I really need one of these milkshakes. You don't understand.
Jason Unsworth is saying he really likes Knob Creek smoked maple.
That's interesting.
He liked it, but it's been a few years. Sorry.
And you had that mixture, Ed.
Did have that one. That one, it may be fine on its own. It was not great that night. That was the teriyaki squeezins, smoked maple cocktail
Screwball.
with the Slim Jim in it. Yeah.
It sounds like a bit much, maybe.
Well, I think if it didn't have
it was not a good night.
I don't think if the teriyaki was in it, it was the Screwball and the smoked maple, and that.
Was Screwball in there too?
Yeah, it was Screwball, smoked maple, and then the teriyaki juice.
Good old teriyaki squeezins.
Yeah, that was a little too much for me. I will say though, I think as far as flavored whiskeys go, for my money, nothing beats the Jameson cold brew.
Oh, I haven't tried that one. Yeah,
it's not in Canada yet.
I need to get some of that when it shows up. Because I am a fan of cold brew. So
yes,
it's actually fantastic, and it literally just tastes like coffee and whiskey. No added sugar, no liqueur bullshit.
So a little vanilla ice cream, and then just pour that all over it.
Yeah, you really could. Yeah. Also, I did want to say, Donald Rance, this Connemara Willet blend turned out pretty damn well.
Nice.
Like, you really don't get any pickle on it, which is weird for Willet, but it came out really floral and nice, and it kind of cut down on those really asphalty tastes from the Connemara. So, good call on this one.
Nice. Anytime you could get rid of the pickles from some rye is good with me.
Yeah, I know. I feel like a lot of my blends lately have made me sad because that's what I've been trying to do.
Right.
See, I don't mind the pickle. It's the black licorice you can destroy from a rye, and I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'll be happier.
Yeah, that's what Vito was saying earlier.
You okay, Vito?
Yeah. What's wrong?
Because you totally were staring off into nowhere.
He just
man.
zoned
You know
out.
why?
You were like gone for I don't know how long.
Sorry. So I'm in the new place, right? And I set up a like an air diffuser with like essential oils and bullshit to try and help me sleep and kind of get me ready for bed and to wake up in the morning. It's actually been honestly, I've never had better sleeps and better wake up routine in the last 6 days that I've been using it. So I have it on timer, so it just turned on to my evening scent, and it's fucking glorious. So I just started smelling it, and I looked over, and I was like, "Holy shit! It's 9:45 already." I was like, "Oh."
So what's it? So what oils are you putting in it? What's the
You
nighttime
heard of
blend?
essential oils and bullshit.
Yeah,
Bullshit.
yeah.
It's very much like Screwball.
I'm one of those assholes now. My morning one is it's called Liquid Sunshine. It's from Sage. Essentially, it's like a citrus orchard, right? So you're waking up to there's oranges and zest and stuff. Like kind of just like revitalization sort of feeling.
Nathan Clark in the chat. Essential weed oils.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the nighttime one.
That's the,
That's the nighttime.
the nighttime one is called Evening Kush.
Of course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That'll
Nathan hit that on the head.
And boy, does it work, buddy.
I can see why you were distracted now.
Yeah, but yeah, honestly, like I was not a huge believer in the essential oil and all that shit. But honestly, it's like since I bought it back in Black Friday, Boxing Day when it was like super on sale, and I started using it now in the new place, and so far so good. Like I'm not a huge sleeper. Like I have a terrible sleeping pattern, but it has helped quite a bit. So
yeah, I hear you on that. I especially right now where I'm not working, I'm having a really hard time getting to sleep at night.
Yeah,
I'm all full of energy. So I started taking these like little what do you call it, the CBD gummies.
yeah,
Sure.
Yeah, they've actually been pretty fucking helpful. And I don't usually go for that alternative medicine hippy dippy horse shit. So
me too.
Yeah.
Well, CBD is good. And
Yeah.
if you need an avenue to release yourself, join me on the happy hours.
Yikes.
That's what we do on Omegle. Is that still a thing?
Stay tuned for Vito's OnlyFans account. Big time now.
I'm just gonna release all over you, Vito.
Bye.
Happy ending on happy hour.
This Colson's blend needs something. What does it need? I'm gonna figure that out. I think it needs something fruity. I'm gonna do some midwinters.
What kind of fruit are you looking for? Something
I think I'm gonna go for this with the
something dry?
big port, the musty port fruit taste.
Mm.
Let's see what happens there.
I'm finding out that I like port more and more that I have it now.
Yeah.
I used to be big sherry, and now I'm starting to enjoy port a little bit more.
Well, your wife's name is Sherry, so it makes sense that you were big on Sherry.
That's true.
That
should
should
probably
while,
be-
so now you're exploring, keeping things spicy. Sure.
I'm not gonna say anything that gets me into trouble. That's fine.
That's what the next stream is going to be for.
Yeah.
Freudian said, and Rocket After Dark has begun.
There ain't no
Rock
gut before
Gut is
dark.
always
It's all
after dark. Yeah, it's 100% after dark.
The only time I'm not making dumb sexual jokes is when the old man is on stream or in videos. Like I feel I can't do it when he's here.
Then you only do it a little bit.
Yeah. You make the innuendo to it. You don't actually do it.
I have mixed feelings on port finishes. I gotta say, I think a little bit of port, and depending on the port, I think port stands up very well in this particular midwinter. This is which one is this? Chappa 7, Act 7.
It depends on the port, but it also very much depends on the spirit it's trying to influence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
right? Because when port with bourbon tends, at least in my opinion, tends to lean way too far into the sweet sort of category.
Sure.
Whereas with like malted barley and scotches, it's a little bit more toned down and rounded and not as sweet, right? So and then you break it down further into the different ports, and it could influence differently. It's crazy. It's all over the place.
Yeah.
Well,
I like the
think
Talisker port finish one, the Port Ree. You just get like the salty, briny, and then the sweet. Works really good.
It's always a good mixture.
Yeah.
I like the ones that come out sweet. My problem is I don't know if it's maybe they're using tawny port for some of these, and it comes out super musty.
See
Like,
that?
Yeah, I like that.
A little bit of must is okay. Like as long as it's musty, fruity, I'm okay. But when it's just that dank fucking like old stone basement kind of thing,
Oh, that's the stuff.
yeah,
I don't mind that because I was in a dank stone basement for 17 years of my life.
Sure. Nostalgia.
Are you Harry Potter?
I'm a wizard.
At least you would fit very comfortably under the stairs.
Yeah, exactly.
So, it wouldn't be as strange.
Nathan's got a weird. I haven't had Ranger Creek White Port. That
What the fuck is white? Oh, I think white port is Portuguese port.
It could be interesting.
I think the Portuguese make a white port. And the only reason I know that was because I was living with my aunt and uncle, and my aunt is Portuguese, and she had a couple of bottles of white port that she was gifted, and they were Portuguese white port.
That sounds interesting.
I didn't actually try. I should have tried because she had, and Portuguese are good for port. She had tawny port, white port, some other kind of port that I don't even remember, but. Yeah. Burn Veto edition is every stream that I'm on, Nathan. So, like, have at it. Go for it. I'm a fucking weed punching bag.
But you're our punching bag.
Yeah.
Ed, you picked me up by the hips. I'm not a punching bag. I'm a ragdoll to you.
That happened. I believe that happened twice.
No, the one time it was me and the old man picked him up. The one time it was me.
That was you and your old man picked me up at Salt Lick for the picture, and then at the ball in the courtyard, you picked me up to look over a fucking we were trying to look over a 10-foot freaking wall, and you needed 2 extra feet, so you just picked me up and beep, like I was nothing. Just here you go, little guy.
I'm envisioning like this Princess Bride thing with Andre the Giant.
A little bit.
Underneath the armpits.
Yes. Yes, Andre the Giant. You are Andre the Ed, or Ed the Giant.
Yeah.
Well,
Andre the Ed works better.
Yeah.
I think.
Andre the Ed. And I forget the Italian's name. I forget. Shit.
Indigo Montoya.
Not Inigo.
Yeah.
I'm the Sicilian. Fuck. What's his name? Shitballs.
Nope.
I don't know.
No, shitballs are awful. Hold on. I have to figure this out.
Okay.
Did you see Nathan's comment?
Can we do the Simba?
I'm Simba. Hey, you know what? Fuck it. You're Rafiki. You're Rafiki, and I'm Simba.
Yeah.
That's better. You're you fucking monkey. Interesting fact. Do you know what that translates to?
No.
Vicini, that's it.
Sabet, that intro to Lion King means, oh, there's a lion. There's a lion over there. There's a lion.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's been on Reddit consistently, like over the past like year. I'll see it like at least every other day. Someone's posting it, like reposting it. Like today, I learned the intro to Lion King translated means this, and it's, oh, there's a lion. There's a lion over there. There's a lion.
That is very. I mean, it's very apropos. I mean, it's like a
Yeah.
If this happens at the Bastard's Ball, does this mean I have to kneel?
I
Like all
think-
the other animals in the crowd?
Oh my god!
Everyone has to kneel down when this happens?
I'm the Prince of Whiskey. I am the cub of whiskey.
The
That's
cub of whiskey.
I'm the cub of whiskey.
Whiskey cub.
Oh, the whiskey cub. I love it.
Can we get Rex to grow his hair out real long and like do the full mane?
So you could be like Mufasa standing next to you as you do it.
Rex is my father.
Amazing.
Oh my god, that's totally a thing that should happen. And yeah, sorry, in the chat, Vicini, you're all spelling it wrong. It's Vizzini, Vizzini.
Sure.
Vizzini is Wallace Shawn is the actor that plays the Sicilian in Princess Bride. But the Whiskey King, yes. Oh my god, I have to message Rex about this.
We need to get you like a children's lion costume or some shit.
Could be arranged.
You know what? Yeah, it can 100%. It can be arranged. 100%. Just a mane.
There you go.
Hey, you know what? By the time all this bullshit ends, I could probably get my beard and just wrap it around my head.
There you go.
Hey, we'll spray paint it freaking beige and just wrap it around my head.
I'm gonna do that thing. I'm gonna take a bottle of whiskey. I'm gonna do the Rafiki thing, like on your head, with the rub.
Amazing. It's just a chunk of peat. Just...
Yes, that's even
Oh my
better.
god, yes. Oh, Brad, you're genius. Yeah, chunk of pea.
Oh man. Anyway, but I think we are coming to the end of our time here. Cast
God damn it.
Dark is coming up in just a few minutes.
It is.
And this stream, you guys make sure to come on over, check out what the fuck's going on over there.
Who knows? Who knows
Patrick,
what's going to happen over
Ed
there?
and Patrick, are you coming over to Cast After Dark right now? Just to
Sure.
continue?
I can for like 15 minutes or so.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, Ed, do your thing.
Yeah. And yeah, so until next time, thank you everybody who tuned in. Sorry, tonight was not exactly what we were planning. Plans had to change, unfortunately. But we'll be here next week. We'll see if the old man can make it. If he can't, we'll figure something out again. And until next time, thank you, Patty. Thank you, Brad. Thank you, Don Vito. And everybody out in the chat, make sure to hit that like button on your way out and stay rotten.